Hey everybody, welcome to Earnestly Contend. I'm Dave. And I've been someone who has always been a big idea person. As long as I remember, even as a little kid, I used to love to dream big dreams and let my imagination soar. And when I entered a ministry, I would do the same. I would have these plans, sometimes a 1 or 3 year plan, and I had these big aspirations to do these great things. And when we were in Chicago, I had this big plan to reach our neighborhood and all the people living there, and through church planting and other means. And when we came to Michigan, same thing. When we lived and served in Detroit, had this grand aspiration to reach the people that we were seeking to reach with the gospel. And when my wife got sick recently, she was sick for about almost 2 months and was hospitalized for a week for internal bleeding, an infection she had. I had a lot of thoughts and time with the Lord on what I should focus on, because I've kind of been a person who's been all over the place in many ways as far as focusing on this endeavor and on that endeavor. And I really focused on what is most important. What, especially in those times when we feel uncertain, when there's a sickness that comes up, or maybe a job loss, or some other circumstance that's very daunting and challenging. It kind of brings that perspective. At least it did for me. When my wife was in the hospital, I spent many nights in prayer and seeking God's word. And the theme that he brought back to me over and over again is that of contentment. And in 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6, Paul tells Timothy, godliness with contentment is great gain. And that's a key thing. Godliness, so pursuing Christ, being more like Jesus, being more devoted unto God, plus contentment. That is, learning to be content with whatever circumstance you're in, learning to trust God in the moment is great gain. I think one of my biggest temptations is to be discontent. That is, to look for the next thing. What is it? What's the next thing, God? What do you have for me? And in doing so, I can get very sidetracked. So I want to encourage you to be content with whatever God has put in your heart and whatever he's leading you to do. And be content as you pursue him, as you pursue Christ. Thomas Chalmers, who was a great preacher and educator, led a movement, the Free Church of Scotland. He once wrote this in his diary: "O God, make me feel the firmness of the ground I tread upon, and enable me to give all my mind to thy word." When we give ourselves to God's word, the ground that we tread upon will become firm, because God's word is firm, it is secure, and it's what we can cling to and hold to when we're going through difficult times. So let me encourage you to be content and pursue godliness. For godliness with contentment is truly a great gain. God bless you. Take care.